Ladies and gentlemen, how we all doing? Happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully everyone had a fun, exciting, eventful, amazing weekend. If you're a football fan, I had a rough weekend. But it's always great to wake up and start a new week. How we all doing, man? Do me one solid favor. You know the drill. Smash that doorbell into smithereens. That is a like button here in case you did not know. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. We're going to be talking some Yankees today. Literally, this is just going to be a discussion. We haven't really done much, as we all know. What's up, Yankees? Kyle is in the house. Good morning to you, buddy. So, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and kind of just talk with all of you about what is going on with the Yankees. We still have a month left until pitchers and catchers report, man. 1 month. It's getting close. We've got 37 days, I think, until the first spring training game. So, February 20th is the first game for spring training. Yo, we got Siciliano, my boy. And we also have my other homeboy, the Strike Zone. What's going on, bro? Good to see everybody. I think it's going to be Nico or Tucker. Yeah, I mean, right now, right now we've been seeing Freddy Peralta's name getting thrown out there once again. Nico Hoerner, in case you missed it over the weekend, the Cubs signed Alex Bregman, so now his name is getting brought back into the trade market. So, what's up, John Melindra? Good to see you, man. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. Thank you for popping in, everybody. But yeah, man, I mean, like I say, it's going to be a discussion. It's going to be just us, going over what is going on in Yankees world, right? It's been a frustrating off season, to say the least. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know about all of you, but I thought the Yankees were going to be way more aggressive this off season. We had an underwhelming year last year. I know we made it to the playoffs and all that good stuff, but the way we went out, it left a sour taste in my mouth. I know a lot of fans, it left a sour taste in their mouth as well. But this team has done little to nothing. I mean, they brought back some key pieces, of course. They brought back Tim Hill. They picked up his option. They, of course, gave Trent Grisham the qualifying offer. So, this team hasn't really done anything, man. Ryan Yarbrough, they re-signed him for 1 more year. Nico, Tuck, or both, says Siciliano. Shigetta's in the chat. I literally have no hope for this year. There's nothing they are doing that makes me say, yes, this is a World Series team right here. I agree, man. I mean, I can't sit here and say that I don't agree with that, man. It's crazy to say the Yankees have done little to nothing. We spent $26 million this offseason. 22 of that came from one player. The report, Hal Steinbrenner came out and said, ideally we want to keep the payroll under 300. Well, right now it's at 277. I thought, that's all BS, but I do think we're going to go over 30 or 300, with Bellinger still out there. The Yankees and Bellinger are about $100 million off of what Scott Boras wants. They want 7 years, like 36, 37 million per. Yankees offered him 5. I think with 31 million per year. That's the offer that the Yankees had out there on the table. But if it feels like if that's the case with Bellinger, bye. I like Bellinger. I like him a lot. I mean, I was a huge fan of the trade when it happened. I was so excited to see Cody Bellinger with the Yankees. But I'm not giving him $7 million or 7 years. I'm sorry. I'm just not. He had a great year. Hitting behind, Judge, almost had 100 RBI, almost had 30 home runs. Great glove out there in the outfield. Bellinger is a great player, man, but I'm not giving him 7 years. He's 31 years old. If you're going to give somebody $37, $38 million per year, just might as well pivot and go get Kyle Tucker. What's up, Andrew? What's up? Jose Sanchez is in the house. Good to see everybody popping in, man. Maria, how you doing? I'm great. How you doing? I am fantastic. Action VJ is popping in. What's up? What's up, dude? Good to see everybody popping in, man. Good to see everyone popping in. I know, like I say, the lack of Yankees off-season streams. I'm sorry, but we just haven't done anything. That's just how it is. We haven't done anything. Theo Harris is in the building. You already know what time it is.
Give me a hell yeah.
When Theo Harris is in the house. Oh, Andrew's coming in talking that trash already. I'm looking you straight in your eyes, Andrew. Shut up. How about that, huh? It would be nice. It would be a nice surprise if they got Tucker, Bo, or Peralta. Says John. Yeah, I mean, it was. Listen, I like Bo Bichette. I think that might be a pivot. Also, say if Bellinger signs elsewhere and Tucker goes elsewhere, I think the Yankees will be looking into Bo Bichette. We already seen the updates that they've, they're they've checked on Bo Bichette, but then you saw Jack Curry saying that, oh, well, there's no marriage there. That's not going to happen. So what is the truth? Someone tell me, please. Someone tell me. Max, you were sure quiet when your fellow Max Kepler got busted the other day. I honestly, Action VJ, I missed the news. What happened with Kepler? Did he get busted for PEDs? Because I honestly did not see that news. Is Stephen Kwan still available? I haven't really heard much about Stephen Kwan, Jose. Honestly, I've heard little to none about Stephen Kwan. I'm great, missed you. How can they fix it? Should they get a new manager? Well, Maria, Boone's not going anywhere. Oh damn, 80 game suspension. I missed that, dude. Thanks for letting me know. That's crazy. Come on, Max Kepler. You're putting the Max name to shame, man. Stop cheating. Wow. So Kepler got busted, huh? Since Bregman took 5 years, they should be for the rest. Bellinger fits in that. Yeah, exactly, Cecilia. He fits in that category. I listen. I mean, the Yankees offered 5 years. They say no. That's why I can't really get on the Yankees, because they put the offer on the table for Bellinger. But unfortunately, Scott Boras, even though Scott Boras represents Bregman as well, Scott Boras wants to be a little greedy and say, no, we want 7 years. It was the same thing with Juan Soto. The Yankees had an offer out there on the table that went above their comfortability. They gave him, I think, $760 million offer on the table, and they say no. Okay, you can't get mad at the Yankees about that. They made an offer. They tried. But the player and his agent say otherwise. So if the Yankees do not get Cody Bellinger back, I'm not going to sit here and bash Cashman, because they have put multiple offers on the table for this man. But Scott Boras says, no, no, no. That's not enough. We want more. So like I say, fine. That's all good and dandy. Pivot out. Go get Kyle Tucker, if that's the case. Nobody's even blaming Boone for what's happening right now. No, you shouldn't be. Boone's not at fault. Boone is not at fault right now. Boone is not the GM. Boone is not the owner. Boone manages these players that he gets presented to him. Right? Renault, my boy. Yo, Max, what's good, bro? Great year for your Packers, but that choke job was one for the ages. I have no room to talk with the Texans coming into town. The only game on tonight. Hopefully we show up. Dude, you don't understand the pain I went through on Saturday night, bro. You don't understand the pain that I went through, man. I can't believe how bad they choked. I mean, the Packers they were dominating that game from start to finish, and then they blow it again. The second time against the Bears in Chicago. They did that this year. And now Matt LaFleur is probably going to get an extension for it. So, yeah, man. Good luck to your Steelers. Hopefully they don't choke like the Packers do, like pretty much the entire season this year. The Packers have choked from start to finish. What's going on? We got Seth in the house. Good to see you again. Hope you've been well. I've been great, man. How you been doing? Theo says, I won't blame them for this situation as long as they are clear on what the plan is to pivot. Yeah, I mean, listen, right now, let's bring it up here. Right now, as we speak, the Yankees' payroll is at $277. That's what after all the arbitration stuff was settled. That's all that good stuff. So Hal Steinbrenner says he wants to stay underneath the 300 threshold. Well, that's $23 million. If you get Bellinger or Tucker, you're going over. Now there's rumors out there that the Yankees have checked in on Nico Hoerner now that the Cubs have signed Alex Bregman. There is some Cubs people out there on the airwaves saying that there's no reason for the Cubs to trade Nico Hoerner. I would love Nico Hoerner. I've been a fan of Nico Hoerner. If you've been subscribed to this channel, I've been raving about Nico Hoerner for years. I would love to see this guy with us. He would be a leadoff hitter. You know, he's not a power guy, but he hits over 300. He has a great bat. He's great defensively. Injuries, yes, that is concerning because Nico Hoerner has dealt with quite a few injuries in his career. But what's up? What's up, Dave? Good to see you as well, man. I don't know if the Yankees go that route. I would love it, but and then the other trade we've been hearing is Freddy Peralta. Would you look into Tarek Skubal? I would love Tarek Skubal, Mike Kowinski. That would be a lot more, though. You would have to give up a lot to get Skubal. You would have to give up a lot. Right now, the Tigers and Skubal are $13 million. Like, they're separated by $13 million for their arbitration. They're about to go to court. Are you hitting 20K before opening day? That's the goal, bro. That's the goal, man. NBA's been going crazy for the channel. I've been covering a lot of NBA, and you know, that's the goal, is to try to get to 20K before opening day. It rhymes, right? It rhymes. Fangraphs has them at a little over 285 million. I don't know why then Spotrac has it at 277, because if you click on their name, they break it down on all their contracts. So let's see. So here's the breakdown on the Yankees payroll right here. So I don't know what I don't know if Spotrac's off, but you know, you're paying DJ LeMahieu $15 million this season. That's going to be nice to get off the books next year. And also Stanton's contract goes down too. So next year, of course, yeah, I'll bring up his reference page, bro. I'll bring it up here in a second, Jose. But you know, like, next year is a huge question mark with the CBA and all that stuff, lockout potential, but the Yankees payroll is going down next year with the DJ LeMahieu contract off the books, Stanton's contract going down. I mean, Grisham most likely will not be on this team. What's up, Real Bill P? Max with the early morning info for the crew. I got you, my boy. Yeah, the minor league contract's $2.7 million, bro. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. So, I don't know if this is off or not with the Spotrac, but right now it says that the Yankees are sitting at 277 on the payroll. So that's one signing. That's one signing. That's Bellinger, that's Tucker. You're going over $300 million. And, I mean, let's be honest, bro. Like, you can't sit there and say, oh, like, if you're Brian Cashman or, you know, Hal Steinbrenner, you can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, we're good. We can win a championship with this team. Even though right now, I think the projected win-loss is at 93 for the Yankees. That's second in MLB with the projections. So it's like, that's kind of crazy that they expect the Yankees to win 93 games with the roster constructed how it is right now as we speak. Got a good feeling the Yankees will be good to great this year. Don't fight me. Just a personal feeling. Definitely be tapped in opening day and the whole season. Hey, I hope we are great. The Yankees should be great, man. The Yankees should be great. When you're a organization like the New York Yankees, every year you should be in contention to win a championship. Every single year. You know, every year we're pretty much in the dance. Have we got there? Once since 2009. It was embarrassing how we went out in the World Series. But we have to get better, man. And we can't sit on our hands. So here's Nico Hoerner. I misspoke. He hit 297, not 300 last year. So I apologize. But you get what I'm saying. A career 282 hitter, Nico Hoerner, 28 years old. Another key thing with Nico Hoerner, he's a righty. We need right-handed bats badly in this lineup. But here's his Spotrac This man does not strike out. Only struck out 7.6% of the time. Whiff rate 11.2%. That's phenomenal. That's your leadoff hitter. Defensively, the range is up there. One of the best. Arm strength, not the greatest. But he's a fast guy. He got 29 stolen bases last year. 31 the year prior, and then 43 in 2023. So he can run those bases well. Like I say, he's not going to crush a ton of home runs. Only 7 home runs, but we don't need that. We have home run hitters already. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I don't know if some Cubs guys on Twitter were saying that there's no reason for the Cubs to trade him, but that the signing with Bregman has brought Nico Hoerner's name back into the light. You know, I personally don't think the Cubs are going to trade Nico Hoerner, but I would love it if they did. And let me see how many years of control you would get him for. I want to say it's at least 2 years. Could be wrong, but let me double check real quick. But great glove, great leadoff hitter. So he's a free agent next season. So maybe that's why the Cubs will look into trading him. You can probably get him. You could probably get something in return, because is he going to sign back with the Cubs next year? That's, you know, who knows. But where would Nico play since Jazz is good at second? That's a good question. You know, you could play Jazz at third if need be, but I don't know if that's the play either. No one with the Cubs organization has said anything publicly. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying this. I'm going off of what the names that have been brought into light. You know, they just signed Bregman over the weekend, so that's why a lot of people are thinking maybe Nico Hoerner is in play for a trade. Like I say, I don't think he's going to get traded, but he is on his last year of the contract. So if the Cubs think he won't resign, it would make sense. Wasn't Nico a shortstop before Swanson got there? Nico has reps at short. He could play there. Yeah, he could play. And that's another thing. Volpe's going to be down until, you know, April, May. So what's up, Richard Lee? Good to see you. What's up, Hayden? Sorry, missing you guys popping in. New chapters in the house. We got Spinning Mantis. Good to see everybody popping in, man. Tucker and Bo have both come out through their agents wanting $300 million deals. There is no freaking way that Hal steps up to either one of those deals. I'm not giving Bo Bichette $300 million. I'm sorry. Tucker, maybe. I would think about Tucker. But that's if it's like an 8-year contract, something like that. Yeah, Yankee Kyle, it sucks, man. It sucks. The Yankees got to step up this year. We got to come back. We do have to come back. But the thing is what scares me is everyone around us is getting better. Everyone around us is getting better, you know? Like the Blue Jays, you can't tell me right now the Blue Jays are not the favorites to win the division. Like, they definitely are. They should be the favorites to win the AL East. And that pains me to say, but that's the truth, man. That's the truth, unfortunately. But that team has got a lot better. The Orioles have got a lot better. You know, the Astros got Tatsuya Imai. So it's like you're seeing all these AL teams getting better around us. We can't sit on our hands, man. We got to do something. But like I say, Vegas and everyone else thinks the Yankees are going to be a good team still with the over-under on the win-loss. 93 wins. That's a lot of wins. That's a playoff team. That's what the team constructed right now. My oldest son just signed on the Toronto's medical department. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Mets would have signed him already. I feel like Bellinger has zero demand besides us. It seems like Tucker and Bellinger's market isn't where they thought they would be. Bellinger's needs us. Bellinger just knows we need his versatility. Yeah. So what's the pivot move, Max? What do you think? I think the pivot move, if they don't get Bellinger, I mean, Tucker would be my pivot. But if the Yankees don't want to go that route, the pivot move would probably... What's up, Yankees? The Ugly Truth in the house, everybody. What's going on, my boy Ken? What's going on, man? Subscribe to this guy right here. He's a beast. He's been pushing out content left and right. He is the man, and he is Ken. But I mean, if the Yankees don't want to go the Tucker route, maybe they trade for Peralta. Maybe they sign Bo Bichette. I don't know, man. But if that report's true that Bo wants $300 million, I'm not paying Bo Bichette $300 million. He's not good defensively. His bat is great. Don't get me wrong, but Nico gives us bat to ball exactly. Jose 1,000% and doesn't strike out either. I'm sure they checked on Tatis. Tatis would be amazing. I would love Tatis. Tatis's contract is not. It's pretty damn amazing too. If you look at Tatis's contract, I'll bring it up here in a second, but I think he's only getting paid $24 million per. That's pretty damn cheap for a guy like Fernando Tatis, who's like 26 years old, about to be 27. So, yeah, I'm gonna stream some NBA tonight. Raptors, Sixers, maybe. I got to see about the injuries, but so here's the available players still out there. I did see something about the Yankees looking at Lucas Giolito. Please, Yankees, don't do that. I don't want to see Lucas Giolito in pinstripes. Please, gosh. But here's the top remaining free agents. Nick Martinez is still out there. His projected market value is $14 million per. Hey, JT Realmuto is a guy that I was saying when the free agency begun. I would love to see JT Realmuto with the Yankees. He's a right-handed bat. He has great pop time. He catches guys stealing. That's something that the Yankees flawed last year, was getting guys and catching them stealing second base or third base. JT Realmuto, I know his play is going down. He's getting older. He's going to be 35 this year. But JT Realmuto would be a guy you can platoon with Austin Wells. So now you got your left-handed bat and your right-handed bat as a catcher. So, I mean, JT Realmuto, I would love to see him in pinstripes. Chris Bassett would be a guy that maybe the Yankees say, hey, we can't get a trade with Freddy Peralta. We can bring in Bassett for maybe 1 year. Bassett's a guy that's we've seen what Chris Bassett can do. He can throw a lot of innings for you. He'll be 37 though. So how much are you going to give Chris Bassett? Projected, he's at $15 million. Framber Valdez tied to a QO. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, damn, look at that. Projected market value, $39 million for Kyle Tucker. It's crazy, though. This is what happens every offseason. The top free agents are still out there with a month left to go until pitchers and catchers report. Back 7 years of Tatis is $37 million. I'll look at the contract in a second. Nico and Donovan are both slap hitters, banjo hitters. Don't do anything for me. But, Dave, we got to get guys that just put ball to bat. I don't care about them hitting 30 home runs for us. We have the guys that can hit 30 home runs already. We need contact guys. Put the ball into play. Look at the Blue Jays team. The entire lineup from top to bottom hits the ball well, gets on base. That's what we need. They have guys like Ernie Clement that stuff. Like, he went out. He went crazy. Addison Barger. Like, guys that's not going to blow you away, but they're great ball players. How do you feel about the Yankees defense for 2026? I mean, that's going to be interesting, Jose. If we lose Bellinger, the outfield defense would be a liability because, I mean, how good is Dominguez going to be? I know Spencer Jones is going to be competing for a job in spring training. Now, Spencer Jones, is he going to be your left fielder if Bellinger is not back or they don't go after Tucker, something like that? Or is it going to be Dominguez again? So, off rip, you can't tell me that it would be a liability in the left field if we lose Bellinger. So, infield defense, I mean, McMahon's a great glove on third. First base is going to be Ben Rice. He's still learning to first base. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to wow you. But I love Ben Rice. I want Ben Rice in this lineup. So I'm happy with Ben Rice at first. But defensively, it's still a question mark, you know? And Volpe's going to be out, so it's going to be Caballero and Cabrera platooning shortstop, unless they go after someone else. But Jazz on second base, he's an above defender. So I think it's going to be interesting how the defense will be in the infield. What you need in the playoffs is 2 pesky hitters. Exactly, Miguel. Exactly, bro. The Bob's in the house. Yeah, we're just chopping it up, bro. What's going on? Happy Monday to you, man. Schedule for tonight, probably either Sixers and Raptors. I don't know. Maybe the football game, but I'll be behind because I have to watch it upstairs. I got to stream it on YouTube TV, so I'm usually way behind for NFL. But probably going to be Sixers and Raptors, honestly, bro. Yankees ugly truth. My solution for Bellinger is either a trade with the Rockies for Brendan Doyle or let Jones take the field and sign Austin Hayes as a platoon player with Jones. Yeah, Brendan Doyle, I've heard his name get brought up. He's a good outfielder. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if they don't get Bellinger, that will be the plan, is probably just roll with Jones and Dominguez, and whoever wins the battle is going to be left field. Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt's still a free agent too. What's up, Jersey? Yeah, I'm here. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing, man? I take what, 2 days off, and Jersey's like, well, there he is. I thought he retired by now. Ranger Suarez is another guy out there, but he's connected to a QO. That would be a pitcher that I would love to see in pinstripes, Ranger Suarez. There's a lot of good players still out there, man. There is. You know, the Yankees bullpen, they claimed a Caleb Ort off of waivers from the Astros. The Yankees still have a bunch of holes, man. They got to get at least one more arm bullpen-wise, I think, personally. They need a starter. And we got to figure out what the hell we're doing with Bellinger or Tucker. But look at these names. I mean, Suarez is still out there for Seattle. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Is it, maybe we have a reunion there? I'm kidding. I don't want to see that happen. Harrison Bader. That was going to be a bat that, you know, before the QO happened, Bader could have been your bat. Yeah, I'm not talking about Patrick Corbin, man. I'm not talking about Patrick Corbin. You're on the way to the casino. I need to mix things up a bit. Okay. Do me a favor. Since you're going to the casino, the Bob, place 15 on black for your boy. 15 on black. That's all I want you to do. How about Verlander or Scherzer for 1 year, $8 million? Seems like a Yankee move. I don't want to see that happen, man. They're both Hall of Famers. No disrespect to both of those guys, but nah. Not in this time in their career. I say, no, let's go. Let's go elsewhere. Michael Kopech is still out there. Ken brought up Austin Hayes. Market value right now, 5.1 mil. Could be maybe a bench piece for the Yankees. Our good old friend Jonathan Loaiza is still out there. But yeah, look at these names, man. There's still a lot of serviceable guys out there. I mean, we're a month away until pitchers and catchers report, and there's still a bunch of good free agents out there, man. That's the thing about MLB. This offseason, it drags on, but they go to the freaking wire. They go to the wire. Let's go, the Bob. Let's go. But yeah, 148 players still left out there on the free agent market. Andujar. Yeah, maybe bring him back. What's up? What's up? We got Jose, or Joseph. I'm sorry, Joseph Papa. What's going on, my boy? Yankees will probably stand pat. I think they make one more. I think they make one more move. I mean, I keep saying that, but they haven't done anything at all. So let's see. See if this is from MLB Network. The one team in the big leagues that needs him more than anybody else is the Yankees. Talking about Bellinger. I mean, we do need Bellinger. Don't get me wrong. Damn, he had 2 weeks of flu. I'm sorry to hear that, man. The flu is no joke, bro. Like, when I got the flu, Man, that knocked me out. Andujar, bench piece, can hit lefties well. Yes, for sure he could. But I want to get a guy that's going to be like, if the next move the Yankees make, hopefully it's someone who can help this team win, like a starter. Let's see. Let's bring up Andujar's stats here from last year. Yeah, he doesn't strike out a ton, but I mean, if you look at his metrics, he did hit 318, slug 470, 822 OPS, so stats are pretty good on paper. The chart, not the greatest if you look at the metrics, but he's a below defender, below average runner, but he did hit 318. I mean, last couple of years, 318, 285. Not bad at all. Nobody's talking about Luis Arias. Yeah, dude. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Can't kick it. We all not blessed with Florida or Georgia. Dude, right now, it's cold. It's cold right now. That's why I got a hoodie on. I got the window open. It's cold. I love it, though. It's like 50 degrees. It feels great. Bellinger probably will go to the Mets. Should Tucker go to the Red Sox? I don't believe Dodgers will pay for Bellinger. They are loaded and don't need him. I don't think Bellinger is going to the Dodgers. I don't know. If the Yankees don't sign Bellinger back, I don't know who is going to sign him. That's the problem. Like, it seems like his market is not where it was. Like, I thought Bellinger, there's going to be a bunch of teams going for him. I mean, it feels like right now Tucker is waiting on Bellinger. But, yeah. Chat in the chat. Aaron Judge is a captain, so call Bellinger since they're good friends and find out what's going on and talk to him. Well, Judge already came out and said that he wants Bellinger back. The captain has spoken. But it seems like the Yankees, that's why Judge should be in every single move. Like, he should be in the room with these guys. He should be in the war room with Cashman, with Boone, with Hal, helping, recruiting these players. Like, there's a bunch of guys out there still that the Yankees are interested in. So it's not like, you know, Edward Cabrera, we saw the reports with the Yankees are talking to the Marlins about Cabrera potentially for a trade, but then Jack Curry kind of put that to an end, and then you saw the Cubs traded for him. But really, man, the guys that the Yankees are quote-unquote interested in are still out there. So they're not like they're missing out on players. Don't get me wrong, there's players out there that signed that could have helped the Yankees win, no doubt about it. But if you're looking at the Yankees targets, they're still available. So that's one thing I will say. If the Yankees want to improve their team, the guys are still out there. The guys are still out there. But you got to navigate Boris. You got to navigate, you know, I mean, Scott Boris, he's crazy. He is crazy to think that Bellinger is getting $7 million or 7 years. He's just not at this age. Can't give Bellinger 175 to 180 for 5 years. Crazy money. Yeah, I mean, 5 years I'll be okay with. You know, I personally I would like to see a 4-year contract with Bellinger, but I can understand a 5-year, especially because Bregman signed a 5-year contract. But yeah, Bregman at 35 per has to be more valuable than Bellinger. Bregman is a good defensive third base player. Well, Bellinger is a great defensive outfielder. I mean, we saw how great Bellinger is out there, man. So I think a 5-year contract is fair for Cody Bellinger at 31 years old. But Scott Boras wants 7. And they want 37 per year, which is insane. Cubs just overpay for Bregman, so I don't expect Bellinger, Tucker, or Bo to settle for less. What's up, Ronald? Yeah, well, no one's going to touch Trevor Bauer, man. No one's going to touch Trevor Bauer. Outfield can be replaced more than third base. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yankees have Ryan McMahon on third, so, I mean, offensively, he's not going to scare you. Well, I mean, he can. but we've seen McMahon's bat of late, and he just strikes out way too much. But defensively, man, that's one thing. We have a defensive third baseman that's going to be great, and that's going to hit at least 20 home runs for us. And Ryan McMahon, I mean, he hit 214 last year with the Rockies and the Yankees combined. That's not great. We want to see at least him hitting 240. He's a career 239 hitter, McMahon is. But the strikeouts, man, that's the one thing that kills Ryan McMahon is the strikeouts are just so much. Dodgers are chasing immortality. They will pursue. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if the Dodgers make a crazy signing like Kyle Tucker. It wouldn't shock me. It would hurt me to see that happen. I mean, that team would be just absolutely stacked from top to bottom if they got Kyle Tucker. And you can't tell me if the Dodgers went and got Kyle Tucker right now, you can't tell me they're not the favorites to go back to the World Series and win it again for a third time in a row, unfortunately. But if you look at spray charts, man, Tucker would be amazing in Yankee Stadium. I can't really, you can't really see it on the screen, but his spray chart, all his hits are to the right. I mean, he would be a beast in Yankee Stadium. He would be an absolute beast. But man, I mean, it's crazy how fast his offseason's going by, though. Like, I woke up today and I was just scrolling on Twitter. I'm like, damn, man, we got a month until pitchers and catchers report. Like, you see it on Spotrac right there. Hold on, let me bring it, or not Spotrac, but Baseball Savant. Look at that, man. 39 days until spring training, 72 days until opening night, 51 days until the World Baseball Classic. That's going to be amazing to cover. I cannot wait to cover some World Baseball Classic. I called 2023 World Baseball Classic. Amazing. Amazing baseball. I don't know how can you not be a fan of that? That's like one of the best sporting events there is. Are you going for a new Yankee hat? Heck yeah, I am. I got to get a World Baseball hat for Team USA. Hal has to be willing to pay the $300 million Tucker wants. Honestly, dude, I'd pay him $300 million. I would pay Kyle Tucker $300 million. I mean, you can't tell me that Tucker hitting behind Judge, especially in Yankee Stadium, would not be amazing. And he's a good defender. I know, like, last year he was a minus defender, but he has won Gold Gloves before. I think last year was just a bad year. He was dealing with a hand injury. Tucker last year did not play as good as I thought. I mean, Bellinger outplayed him, but at this stage of their career, I mean, Tucker's younger. You know, they're both lefties, but Tucker, man, he would be amazing. So if the Yankees don't get Bellinger, let's go out there and get Tucker. If that doesn't happen, then looks like the Yankees are going to sit on their hands, maybe make a trade for a starting pitcher, but outfield will probably be Jones or Dominguez in left field. You become really prolific at calling ball games, Max. If I owned the Yankees, you would be the voice, my friend. Oh, thank you so much, dude. I can't wait to call some more baseball. Baseball is like my favorite sport to call. I love the NBA is great. NFL is great. NFL just has too many commercials. But NBA, that you get fast pace. There's stuff going on all the freaking time. But MLB, you can call it. You can talk to the chat without missing a thing, and then you can call it. Like, it just, the pacing of MLB is awesome, in my opinion. What would you play, Tucker, left field? You would have to. I mean, Judge in right field, I think, is better than Tucker in right field. You're not going to play Tucker in center with Grisham. So I think you would have to play him in left field, strike zone, at least for 1 year. And then we'll see after Grisham, after he leaves, I think you have to play him in left just off a default. But Got to do something, man. It's been a frustrating off season for Yankee fans. I understand 1000%. I'm with them. You know, like I say, last off season seems like there's news left and right, man. Every day you can talk about something with the Yankees. This shit, you can even ask Strike Zone and Ken, the content creators out there. It's been hard, man. It's been hard to cover this team when they're not doing anything. It sucks. You know, every day you would just sit here and just talk. What ifs? What ifs? What if the Yankees do this? What if the Yankees go after this guy? Last year we were getting moves left and right, but I think as a whole, MLB's free agency has been slow. Not just for the Yankees, but I mean, we saw some big moves being made in December with the Jays and the Orioles, you know, Dodgers, but it's kind of slowed down. Like the fact that we have all these free agents still out there, man. All these free agents still out there, and we're a month away until pitchers and catchers report. That's kind of wild. I mean, Rob Manfred, I think like over the weekend said that he would be interested in having like a deadline for free agency for MLB. That would be awesome, in my opinion. But that's just me as a fan. It would be a week of like a lot of moves at once. It would be nonstop news to talk about. But I've said it multiple times. I think MLB's off season is the worst because there's no deadline. Of course, there's no salary cap, so teams can wait to spend money. You know, in NFL and NBA and NHL and all these other sports, you have to spend your money in a certain time or these guys are gone. In MLB, it's different. Like, you have all the time in the world that you can just wait. And now it's 2 weeks before spring training, and guys like Kyle Tucker are still out there available. Right? It just, I don't know. Jay says, I remember when players used to dream about being a Yankee. A lot different now. I think players do dream about being a Yankee, man. But at the end of the day, money rules sports. So if the Yankees aren't offering him the right contract, they're not going to sign there. Their dream could be to play for the Yankees, but for me, if I was a player and I'm trying to get my big payday in my career, my dream would be, yes, of course, to play for the Yankees. But if I don't know, if the Giants in San Francisco offer me $100 million more, why would you not take that offer? You know, it's life-changing money for these players. So I understand financially why they do it, man. But it sucks because the Yankees financially, that wasn't a problem in the past. Financials wasn't an issue, but now it's a different day, and Hal Steinbrenner operates this team differently than how George did. George didn't care about money. I say it all the time. George made money elsewhere. Owning the Yankees, that was just a cherry on top. Hal Steinbrenner, this is how him and his family make money. This is their job. Hal wasn't an investor. Hal didn't do this, you know, became a billionaire doing that. Hal got gifted the Yankees from his dad, and this is his job. That's the difference, man. I mean, that's just how it is, point blank, period. That's why Hal, he really cares about the X's and O's and the bottom line and all that stuff. George didn't have competition. Yeah, another great point, John Melindra. George didn't have competition. Nowadays, you see hedge funds owning teams. You've seen Steve Cohen, the richest owner in baseball. But even him, you don't see really the Mets doing too much. I know the Mets signed a couple of, Devin Williams. But they let go of Pete Alonso. They traded away Nemo. Like, even Cohen. Steve Cohen isn't really spending a bunch of money. I know he did last year with Juan Soto. But I also think a lot of these teams are, I know you have to look at year by year, right? But I think a lot of these teams are kind of scared and nervous about what's going to happen next offseason with the CBA and the lockout potentially. I think that's another why some of these players or some of these teams are kind of hesitant on spending some money. Not all teams. You see the Blue Jays, they don't care. Blue Jays say we made it to the World Series. We were, you know, we were in Game 7 of the World Series and lost. So they know how close they are. The Blue Jays do. So they're spending money. But I think some teams, now I could be way off on this, but this is my personal opinion. I think some teams are a little nervous about the lockout. So maybe that's why these teams aren't spending the money that they usually do. You know, if you have an off season where the Mets and the Yankees aren't signing a lot of players, and I mean the Pirates have spent more money than the Yankees have this off season. Let me see if I can find an article to see how much money that these teams have made. Let me see. But that's just that. When I saw that with the Pirates, that's wild. It's just crazy to me. Oh, man. Let's see if I can find an article. I saw it on Twitter. London's in the house. Yes, Max. Still here in London waiting. Have a great day. You as well, man. Thank you for popping in. I can't wait, man. I'll be covering spring training. Of course, I mean, I'll be covering the World Baseball Classic. It's going to be fun. Very fun. Off-season spending. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. So, this is kind of what it tells you. Let me bring it up here on the page. The off-season spending for each team. Free agent-wise, the Yankees have spent $6.7 million in free agents. Look at that, dude. Toronto spent $277 million. That is wild. Cubs have spent $206 million. Baltimore spent $195 million. Mets have spent $113 million. That's kind of low from what I thought the Mets would do. Braves have spent $111 million. Yeah. Astros spent, I don't know how it's 2.6, but they spent 30. I mean, that can't be right. Tatsuya Imai, I mean, Astros spent more than 2.6. But like I was saying, Pirates, look at the Pirates. $36 million the Pirates have spent. The White Sox have spent $16 million. So, you guys, look at that, man. The White Sox, the Pirates, the Rays, they spent more money than the Yankees have. The Angels, the Marlins. The Marlins have spent more money. Wild times, man. Wild times. Crazy. That's wild. Hal does have a partner, his sister. Murakami to the White Sox was a shock. Thought he would get more than $18 million per. I think, yeah, Murakami's market was way off too. I did not see that coming. I did not see him going to the Chicago White Sox. But interesting. Very interesting. Kind of crazy, man. Yeah, Okamoto going to the Blue Jays stunk to see that happen. I liked Okamoto. I mean, I wanted Imai, but I guess the Yankees were, quote unquote, never really interested in him. But yeah, it just sucks, man. Like I say though, the Yankees have names out there that could help this team get better. And let's see if they do it, man. We got a month. We got a month. You know, last live it's funny, from the last live to this live, the Yankees haven't really done anything. That was like 3-4 weeks ago, man. So, what's up, play-by-play with JJ is in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? How was your Monday? How was your weekend? Yankees may just want to roll the dice with the Martian and Spencer Jones. I mean, they could be. Joseph, if they don't re-sign Bellinger and they don't go out to Tucker, that's going to be their plan. I don't see the Yankees trading for an outfielder. You know, Ken brought it up earlier, maybe Brenton Doyle, but I think if they don't get Bellinger or Tucker, I think personally they just roll with the Martian and Jones, whoever wins that battle in spring training. A little disappointing, but happy to be here. Oh yeah, dude, trust me, bro, I'm in the same boat as you. I know your Eagles lost. Packers lost. The Rockets lost yesterday to the freaking Kings. I mean, my sports weekend was awful. I went to the Jaguars game. They lost too to the Bills. So it's like, it's been a crazy weekend of pure sadness. Not only for me, but for my entire friend group. So, yeah, it's baseball season, man. Can't wait for baseball season. Right now, the Rockets are 7th in the West. They're in the play-in right now. I don't know what the Yankees are doing either, bro. I don't know. But your Phillies, I've been hearing some rumors about Bo Bichette going to Philly. That'd be a nice little pickup for you guys. That'd be a really good pickup. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any news while we were live. No. I haven't really seen any news, though. Agents are writing contracts with the lockout as a key subject line. If arbitration changes under the new collective bargaining agreement, MLB could change forever. 2027 is going to be like Kurt Flood. 2027 is going to be a really, really crazy year for baseball, man. I just pray we don't have a lockout. I pray they figure out what to do and without, any repercussions. Oh, Bo's meeting with them today? Nice. See, that would be a good, dude, that would be a good bat for you guys. Defensively, he's not the greatest, but offensively, he's really good. March Madness, I'm ready to cover some games. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, that would be awful. I love baseball, man. I think baseball season is just so fun. You get baseball every single day. Your team plays almost every single day for, 8 months? If you make it to the playoffs. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I think the All-Star game is the best, out of all the sports. I think the All-Star game is the best by far because you can't not play baseball. Like, the ball's going to roll your way. You're going to field it. You're going to throw them out. You're maybe not going to run the bases hard, but with these other All-Star games, it's a joke, man. The Pro Bowl for NFL, they made it a freaking flag football competition. It's stupid, man. Yeah, you can't just throw a 50-mile-per-hour pitch. I mean, you're not going to throw, maybe you're not going to throw 102 miles per hour, but then again, these pitchers in the All-Star game is only pitching like one inning. For years, fans have been accusing the Yankees of prospect hugging and saying, quote-unquote, let the kids play, says Ken. Maybe this is the year that the Yankees do. We have potential with Jones, Rodriguez, LaGrange. Yeah, we do. We definitely have potential. I mean, our farm system, I don't know why we keep getting disrespected, but I think our farm system is one of the best in baseball. I know the Dodgers, they just gave them the best farm system in baseball. But I think the Yankees have a really good farm system. I really do. And other teams know it. Other teams know it. That's why it seems like teams use the Yankees as leverage to get other teams, working as well for a trade. They always go to the Yankees. Hey, how are the Yankees looking? Let's go check out their prospects. And the other teams are like, wait, hold on. Before the Yankees make a deal, let me go undermine them and go try to swoop that deal up instead. But yeah, we have a great farm system, dude. I went to a spring training game, or not spring training, but a minor league game last year when they came down here to Jacksonville and played the Jumbo Shrimp in the minor league playoffs. So it was pretty cool to see, Spencer Jones. I mean, TJ Rumfield, saw him play. Vivas, I know Vivas isn't really a prospect, but just seeing that, AAA team the Rail Riders play. It was pretty it was pretty cool. It was pretty damn cool, man. You disagree? Nobody excited about our prospects? Really? Why would you disagree with that, Dave? You don't think anybody would want our prospects? I mean, Spencer Jones, I'm sure a lot of teams would want Spencer Jones, especially George Lombard. Teams would die for George Lombard, bro. That's a player 2 years, you know, not this year, but maybe next year that we'll see. I can't wait to see George Lombard, bro. It's gonna be, he's gonna be really good. I think he's gonna be really good. But yeah, Rodriguez Cruz had a really good year last year in the farm. A lot of teams are liking what they see with Rodriguez Cruz. You think we should bring back Paul Goldschmidt? I don't think so. I don't think so personally. Yeah, well, that's the thing about prospects, Joseph. You know, they're all question marks until proven otherwise. Jones will strike out 300 times in the show. That's the one thing. He does need to work on that strikeout. But, dude, if he can get that, like, when Judge got called up, Judge was striking out left and right like crazy. But, you know, Judge figured it out, and I think Jones could figure it out. If he's the player that we all think he can be, I think he will figure it out. But you're right. If he doesn't, then he's going to be in trouble. But I remember when Judge came up, dude, he was striking out left and right. It was tough to watch sometimes, but Judge, you see what he is now? A freaking god. That's what Judge is. A flat-out god. I still think Dominguez will figure it out. I hope so, dude. I was a big fan of Dominguez, JJ. I was a big fan of Dominguez. Yeah, I saw we signed the Mexican League MVP. I wonder if the Yankees offered deferrals to these players or do they not want to? Seems like they don't want to. Seems like they don't want to.
Give me what I want.
There you go, JJ. But the Cubs learned what a deferral was with Bregman. That's one thing. This is the Scott Boras special, folks. Opt-outs and deferrals. That's a Scott Boras special right there. I was a huge fan of Dominguez, especially when I saw him in high A. Yeah, Dominguez, dude. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with the comparison they gave him. They compared him to the next Mickey Mantle. I said, hold up. I hate when they do that to players, man. I really do. It's like, let them be the first Jason Dominguez. Let them be Aaron Judge. Why they got to compare these players to somebody else? Like, imagine the weight on your shoulders when someone compares you to Mickey Mantle. How can you sit there and be like, okay, what if I fail? Now in your entire career, you're just labeled as this next player. Like, people were labeling Volpe the next Jeter. There will never be another Jeter. There will never be another Jeter. Let them be the first Anthony Volpe, which we all see now. And
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I hope he can figure it out. But what we see on the field from Volpe is not good enough. Not good enough. People label Ben Simmons as the next Magic Johnson. Yeah, that exactly, bro. Like, it's Magic Johnson we're talking about, man. Like, these are first ballot Hall of Famers, and like you say, JJ, the player comps are crazy. It really is. But hopefully the Yankees can make some more moves. We have a month away until pitchers and catchers report. A month away. That's what I'm saying, Ken. With all the strikeouts, Jones had a 933 OPS. I mean, Jones, his bat is great. I mean, he can defend well. He can run well. His bat is that damn good. He just needs to work on the strikeouts. So that's the one flaw. Jones, if he's the player, like I say, if he's the player that we all think he can be, I think Jones figures it out. And if he doesn't, then it's going to be a hard transition. It's going to be a very hard transition from AAA to the show for Jones. But I believe in Spencer Jones. I think he has all the talent in the world to be great. But only time will tell. In spring training, we'll see a lot of Spencer Jones. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. I just wanted to pop on and talk and hang out with all of you as we gear up for the last month of the off season for MLB. And then next month, man, next month is when it all starts. Once again, I'll be covering spring training, as many games as I can. I'll be covering the World Baseball Classic. And you already know. It's going to be, what, year 4 for Yankees baseball here on the channel. Kind of crazy. Year 4. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun, man. I'll see you all then. It's always love, peace, chicken grease on Max Covers TV. I'm out of here. Peace. And always, no matter what, if they don't do any moves or not, win or lose, go Yankees. Peace.